Today's lecture is titled Creating Customer Value and Satisfaction. As a result of today's lecture, you should be able to define marketing and some of these key concepts that we're going to talk about: customer value, satisfaction, and quality. You should be able to define marketing management and understand how marketers build profitable relationships with customers. And also you should be able to compare the 5 marketing management philosophies. So let's begin with a definition of marketing. What is it? It's a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and value with others. Now there's 2 key concepts, or key ideas. The first is social. This is a way in our society that we exchange products, so it happens on a very sort of large or societal level. The other idea is managerial, in that it's something that happens inside an organization. It's done by marketing managers. Now the marketing process begins with people's needs. And over here I have the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a sort of an old way of organizing it, but it does show that people have various needs. They can be physiological, like needs for food and water, or social, for friendship and belonging, or even individual needs like self-fulfillment and actualization. What happens is that those needs get turned into wants based on the person's culture, their personality, or what they've learned. So, for example, say someone has a need for transportation, and that need may, in China, be turned into a want for a bicycle. Or in North America, with someone who has a family, it could be a want for an SUV. Or it could be a sports car, or a motorcycle. It all depends on people's culture, their personality, and their learning. So what happens is that buyers have needs and wants, and when they have money, that then becomes a demand. They have the ability to do something and fulfill those needs and wants. And so that information about what they need and want is discovered by the seller, and the seller then develops tangible and intangible products and services that go back to the buyer, and in return money is exchanged. So it's a cyclical process between the buyer and the seller. Now let's look at some of the key concepts of marketing. The first is called value, and it's really the difference between what the consumer gets by owning a product compared to the cost of obtaining the product. Okay, so if you think about it, what consumers are buying is benefits. So if they buy a car, they're not only buying sort of something to satisfy that need, but they're buying the benefits of the comfort, the luxury, the speed, the reliability, the brand name, and those are all the benefits of it. And when you compare that to the cost of buying that car and the risk of making a bad decision, that's sort of in contrast to how serious the need was to be fulfilled. And so you get value, what it costs you to get those benefits. That's the idea of customer value. So let's look at 2 different products that do in essence the same thing, but provide different value. One is on the right side is a mouse trap that sells for $7.50, and over here is a mouse trap that sells for 89 cents. They both do the same thing, except the one with the no-seam glue traps provide greater value in that you don't have to deal with a mouse squished between the trap, and so therefore it costs a little bit more. Customers get more benefits, and they're willing to pay for those benefits. Now, a concept that's related to value is satisfaction, and that's the extent to which the product's perceived performance matches or exceeds the buyer's expectations. And so it really is a state of mind, how satisfied you are with a particular product. The objectives for marketers is try to exceed customers' expectations. In other words, to provide greater value so that they will be satisfied with the product purchase. And satisfaction is derived by sort of everybody in the company. So it's one thing to buy a product, but then to be able to get it repaired or get it sent on time, or have someone answer a question about it. Satisfaction is something that happens long term, and it involves everybody within a particular company. Another related concept is quality. Now, quality comes from the engineering and production side of the business, where people talk about producing products without a lot of defects. Marketers think a little bit more about quality in terms of satisfaction. Does it lead to satisfaction? If a product is not satisfying a customer's needs, then marketers think about it as not having very good quality. So quality is a key concept that is related directly to satisfaction. Now finally, we're going to talk about sort of relationships, and this really ties those concepts together. If a firm listens to its customers about their needs and develops a product or service that has superior value, in other words, it gives great benefits for the cost of getting that particular product, and so it exceeds customers' expectations and then results in great levels of customer satisfaction, and we can do this considerably over time, then we can develop relationships with customers. In other words, customers will keep wanting to come back and buy our product, and that's where there is some efficiencies. And the reason is because multiple transactions from loyal customers will lead to a stream of revenue at a very lower cost to that particular company. And so we talk about having customer lifetime value. So the objective of marketers is to build relationships with customers so that we can generate revenue or whatever, or if you're a nonprofit organization, some other activity that you want them to do over a period of time. And this is really the objective of marketing. Now, one of the things that marketers do is they realize that they can't satisfy everybody's needs, or it's quite difficult, and that people have various different needs. My example about, somebody wants a bicycle, or someone wants an SUV, or someone wants a sports car. And so what marketers do is they divide up customers into target markets. These are groups of customers that have similar needs. Large companies will try to satisfy these different target markets with different product offerings. But the whole idea is that the target market is one or more specific group of people that are potential customers, and we're going to direct our marketing efforts towards them. Now, from the marketing management side of things, marketing or management is based on sort of the four key concepts or key activities that a manager does. They analyze, they plan, they implement, and they evaluate or control what they've done. Okay, those are the four steps in management. And so marketers will do the same thing. They'll analyze, plan, and implement and control the various programs to try to create, build, and maintain beneficial exchanges with target consumers. And if they do this, then they're able to achieve the overall objectives of the organization. Now, marketers have four controllable factors that they're able to use as they manage. They're called the 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. And we'll talk about those in the last half of the course. But those are the four factors, four things that marketers change and work with in order to try to generate satisfied customers. So this slide really sort of reiterates what I've been talking about and summarizes it in that we start with potential customers, a target market. Marketers find out about what they need and then develop a right combination of product, price, place, and promotion, and then those goods, services, ideas flow back to the market. So it's a cyclical process that marketers follow: discovering needs, developing a marketing mix or the 4 Ps to go after those, to be able to satisfy those customers, and then giving that product back. So the marketing concept really defines and is in essence what marketers do. And that is determining the needs and wants of target markets and delivering the desired satisfactions more effectively and more efficiently than competitors. That's the philosophy that companies generally operate on in North America.